And his opponent, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, Bret Hitman Hart!
Wow! The roof nearly blew off the arena for this superstar. You know, week in and week out, this guy gets one of the biggest reactions of the night.
Scott Hall is sure not to disappoint in this one. These guys are giving it their all here tonight, not just to entertain the fans, but to ultimately walk away with the win. This is exactly how he drew this one up. What are your thoughts on the WWE Hall of Famer, Bret Hart?
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen a more calm, cool, and collected competitor as Scott Hall. He just seems to have that laid-back attitude, like nothing can get under his skin.
Definitely looking confident in this one-on-one environment. That's a good sign.
Wow! If he keeps this up, this could be over quick.
What an attack. And I don't have one problem with it. In the WWE, you do what you have to do to get ahead. Like in any business, only the strong survive.
Oh, wow.
Bret Hart with a nice reversal. Looks can be deceiving, King. Scott Hall may appear to be laid back, but if you get him going, forget it.
That's the beauty of it, Michael. Scott Hall's not like all those other guys yelling and yapping their gums. He's chill until it's time not to be chill. It really is an amazing talent.
How much damage did that do?
A lot from the looks of it.
Now back to the ring.
Oh, and did you hear the impact?
I didn't think this could get any worse. After this match, it won't look like they were in a fight. It'll look like they were hit by a car.
Getting his attention with a vicious strike. Oh, they couldn't find a home for that one.
Well, it certainly wasn't due to a lack of trying, Michael. Oh, out of nowhere!
Here's a guy in Scott Hall who was among WWE's elite, but despite that, still jumped to WCW in one of the most shocking moves of all time.
You can't blame him, Michael. The man was in demand, and WCW is willing to give him far more money to work far fewer times. Scott Hall would have been crazy to pass that up.
And again, he gets struck with that object.
What a shot. I don't know if I've ever seen a weapon used that sounded like it imploded on impact. This is a dogfight, a ferocious dogfight, and there's nothing like it.
And I think it's obvious that he'll stop at nothing to win here tonight.
Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. An Intercontinental Champion prior to jumping to WCW, Scott Hall can now add WCW Tag Team Champion to his resume. Not too shabby if you ask me.
Extra slow getting back to his base here.
Incredible! This has to be it.
Oh, look at this. When you go at an opponent like this, it means you're out for blood. The WWE rulebook goes right out the window. Trust me, it's going to get ugly.
Sometimes the best offense is a great defense, and that's exactly what we're seeing here.
I don't think there was ever any doubt that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash would dominate the tag team scene upon their arrival. Looks like another check in the win column.
And he's heading back in.
I can't blame him. Nothing good is going to happen out here on the floor. Oh!
These competitors will always be looking to unleash their finishing maneuver, and when that happens, the complexion of the match can change in a heartbeat.
You're right about that. The entire match can end in a heartbeat if somebody hits their big move.
Scott Hall turns it around. He's got his eyes set on his chest, and he gets out of the way. Despite what you might think of Scott Hall as a competitor, King, when walking around the locker room area, I think it's safe to say that he's widely regarded as one of the most brilliant minds in the industry.
Oh, he really is, Cole. And it's those smarts that make him such a successful in-ring competitor, whether it be in singles action or teaming up with Kevin Nash as the Outsiders.
These superstars looking for a victory, looking to build momentum.
You're right about that. Momentum is so incoming. And now Bret Hart pushing forward. I'm not sure if he knows where he is right now.
With that success King was talking about earlier, it's surprising that Scott Hall doesn't have more of an ego. Or if he does, he's good at hiding it. Wow, that was a wild strike. Talk about missing the target.
Yeah, it looked like it was completely out of desperation.
Oh, and did you hear the impact?
How's that for an assault? Now you have to stay on top of your opponent so your weapons tactic doesn't backfire. We all know what they say about karma.
One of these guys is going to walk away with the win here tonight. I just can't imagine one of them also accepting defeat.
You know, you brought up egos earlier, Cole. It's my guess that you just don't notice Scott Hall's ego when you put it next to all the other egos in the NWO. I wouldn't be surprised if all those egos eventually become the NWO's undoing. Wow, he's still down after that.
King, you have to give these guys credit. They knew exactly how grueling this ladder match was going to be, and they still signed up for it.
You're right, they knew it would be grueling. They knew it would be dangerous, but they also know how rich the rewards could be. Oh, out here you have to be able to think on your feet lightning fast. One mistake, one moment of hesitation, and you could find yourself in a world of hurt.
We're looking at complete domination here.
Look out!
In all my years, King, I don't think I've ever seen a superstar systematically dismantle his opponents the way Bret Hart does.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, Cole. I can tell you from experience. Look at this! Could it be?
Oh, the table, what destruction. With absolutely no care for their own well-being, that announcer's table has been completely annihilated.
Good grief! That thing looks like a pile of sawdust at a lumberyard.
And he's staring right at the championship now.
This is it! This is gonna be it! Oh, this is scary. I can tell you from experience, it feels like you're 10 miles in the air now. Making it to the top of the ladder may be the easy part. Look at this! Just a little further! Look at this! He's hanging by his nails! Oh! I thought he was gonna get it there. It's not gonna take long to bring it down now. Any second, that thing's coming down.
These competitors trying to keep their wits about them.
Well, Cole, it's so important not to lose your cool in a match like this, not to lose your focus. You make a mistake, and I guarantee you, your opponent is going to capitalize on it.
Taking on some moderate offense here. Going to need to start playing a little better defense. I don't know if we've seen that from him before. I mean, it's definitely a first tonight.
This is great. This guy will try anything.
Scott Hall really seems to have picked up some steam.
And there's the reversal from Bret Hart.
Oh, this spells trouble right here.
What a maneuver by Bret Hart.
The toll from this match is really starting to show.
Ouch, he's going to be bruised from head to toe before this one's over.
Oh, there's a
Good Lord, he's just hell-bent on maiming his opponent.
Ladder matches can shorten careers, but when there's so much on the line, especially a championship like we have here tonight, sometimes the risk is worth the reward.
Boy, he is really tired now. That tank of his has to be reading empty.
It has to be, King, but I still don't see him giving up.
This match has taken so much out of this guy. He's not going to give up. But man, this has been physical. Well, that steel chair has done the damage.
There's a point where all of your training goes right out the window and you rely on instinct. After getting beaten twice with a weapon, you can bet.
He's just a few inches from victory.
He's got the title. He's got the title.
He can't do it. He can't get that.
And he wins! He wins the ladder match!
There was no love lost in that match. And look at the impact in these highlights. That match was incredible.
Here's your winner and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
Bret Hart picks up the victory here tonight.
Now that's having a game plan and executing it to perfection.
As we close the book on this match, I need to remind everybody just how big of a win this was. Simply amazing.